Hello and welcome to my new video. Okay, so here in this video I will explain what is method overloading and what is method overriding. First of all, I will explain you what is method overloading, and if I get time, if the video is not too very long, then I will also explain what is method overloading. But if the video is very long, then I will post or upload another video where I will explain what is method overriding. So before understanding method overloading and method overriding, first of all, like these are the examples of polymorphism. First of all, we need to understand what is polymorphism. So what is that? Polymorphism means same object having different behaviors. Okay, so means like we know that or like everything in Python is an object. Okay, so like every object, the same object performs differently. So in case of like this is a method overloading code. Okay, you will see there are two cases. Okay, case 1 and case 2. Okay, this is the case 2. I will collapse the classes and the main method. Okay, so you will see. Okay, I will I have created multiple instances of a single class, and each instances is performing differently. I'm passing different sets of parameters in different for different objects or instance. Okay, so this is the same object but performing differently. Okay, so this is called polymorphism. So there are two types of polymorphism. First is compile time polymorphism and another is runtime polymorphism. So in case of compile time polymorphism, which method to call is decided at the compilation during the compilation of the program. So and method overloading, what I will explain now in few minutes, that is the example of compile time polymorphism. Okay, and what I will explain later, that is uh, method overriding, that is an example of runtime polymorphism. So which method to call is decided at the runtime during the runtime of the program. Okay, so let's see uh, what is method overloading. So first of all, I will tell the definition of method overloading. Okay, if you like repeatedly see this video, okay, take this definition in your copy so that you didn't forget. Okay, at the time of interview or in classes or colleges at the time of explaining this. Okay, so method overloading means defining multiple methods with the same name but different sets of parameters inside a class. Now the twist is method overloading cannot be implemented directly in Python. Okay. In other programming language, suppose in case of Java, it is implemented. Means in Java, inside a class, Java is also an object-oriented programming. So in case of Java, inside a class, we can create multiple methods of same name and with different sets of parameters, not with same set of parameters. Okay, then that will work. Okay, but in case of Python, when we like method overloading does not support directly. Why? Because like in method like in Python, a single method can handle multiple arguments and any types of arguments. Okay, so in Python we does not need to make multiple methods with different sets of parameters. Okay, one method can handle multiple arguments or parameters and of different type also, or different class also. Suppose it can be a string, it can be a integer, float, etc. It a single method can handle, but in case of Java it cannot. Okay, so I'm not going to the respect of Java. So coming the method overload in Python only. So method overload, I have repeatedly told that earlier also, that cannot be supported, so cannot support directly. Okay, to perform method overload, we have to use variable length arguments or default arguments. Now, what is variable length arguments? Now, to perform overloading or to implement overload in Python, first of all, we need to understand what is variable length arguments. Now, see what is variable length arguments. So, you see in case 2, first of all, I will explaining the case 2 first, then I will go for the case 1, because there are two types of variable length arguments. Okay, if you see here in case 1, there is asterisk args and double star asterisk kwargs. Okay, so this is about using both the variable length arguments. Okay, asterisk args means like positional, it will take positional arguments, and double asterisk kwargs means it will take multiple keyword arguments. Okay, I will tell when I will visit to these individually. Okay, so like before understanding kwargs as double asterisk, we need to understand first what is star args. Okay, asterisk args. Okay, so in case 2 I have defined that only. So now let's see what is that. Like in case 2, there is a two segments, that is one is class and the other one is, if I yes, collapse it, other one is main method. Okay, now inside class you will see a constructor, okay, with the first parameter and self, and there is single star args means, it is a special type of parameter. Okay, so what it does, it takes multiple positional arguments, and like it helps the method to takes multiple positional arguments and store them into a tuple. Okay, so multiple positional arguments means like single arguments, but it can be a string also, not keyword. Okay, it can be a string also, it can be a integer also, it can be a float also. Okay, it can take multiple positional arguments. Okay, so all this will be handled by star args. So if I didn't give this, then I have to take the name separately, take the role separately. Okay, then I have to initialize that. But with the help of with the help of star args, okay, this is the syntax. Star args, we can handle all the positional arguments. Okay, now what is now we have understood what is star args. It is a variable length argument and how it will access. Okay, now uh, what is now here comes into play method overload. So what is method overload? Okay, method overload means we can define multiple methods with same name but different types of parameters inside a class. But here a single method, though it is a constructor which is also an init method. Okay, though init in Python a method can handle, so a single method can only can handle multiple positional arguments. Okay, like multiple arguments with different types. Okay, for that reason, like we can perform the method overload uh, with a single method only. Okay, in Python. So what I have done, see, I've created multiple objects of a particular class student. Okay, so now inside the class, so it will take, so string args, sorry, asterisk args will take any kind of positional arguments. Okay, and of any type. Okay, so like while creating the uh, object, okay, of a particular class, a constructor will automatically invoked, we know. Okay, so I have passing, while creating an object I'm passing the argument p2. Okay, so what it will do, the p2 will be stored in a tuple. Okay, string sorry, asterisk args, what it does, it stores all the positional arguments in a tuple. Okay, so I have printed the args, you will see it will return in tuple. Okay, in the second object I have created, and I have passed two arguments, Peter and Parker. In the third argument, sorry, in the third object when I have created, I have passed three parameters or arguments, that is Peter, Parker and 30. Okay, so everything will be stored in a tuple. So if I print, when we will print this, you will see that like three tuples are there. First contain Peter for first object, second is Peter and Parker for second object tuple, and with respect to the third object, you will see like three arguments in a tuple. Okay, So now let's see. This is called method overloading. So in case of Java, we have to declare multiple methods with this different types of parameters. Okay, different types of parameters so that we can pass multiple parameters of different types. But here we can perform it with a single method only. So I will extend my terminal and I will show you by executing this program. Okay, this is method overloading. You will see three tuple will be returned. Okay, first is splitter for first object. It is returning in a tuple. So args is storing all the positional arguments in a tuple. Okay, now second is Peter Parker, what we have provided, and the third is Peter Parker and 30. Three positional arguments that is stored in a tuple. Okay, now this is another way of like printing the elements of the tuple. Okay, so you can try that. I will give this file in the description box. Okay, now we will go to the second case. Now in the like first case, in the second case, what we have learned about asterisk args, that is a variable, first variable length argument, and in the second, that is method overloading with the help of by using asterisk args. Okay, so now we will go to the second case. Now let's see what we will understand about the first case. Now first case, there are two segments also. Now if I expand this class, you will see a constructor. Like inside the constructor there is nothing. We have declared used the keyword pass. Okay, we don't require it. Okay, but now here in the display method, you will see there is first is asterisk args is there only. Next, that is double asterisk kwrgs. This is basically for accepting multiple keyword arguments and store them into a dictionary. Keyword arguments along with the key and the value, which will be stored in a dictionary. So I have printed this. You will see like it is returning in a dictionary, and this will args, we have already seen it. It will return in a tuple. Okay, in the same way args works, in the same way kwrgs also works, but it takes multiple keyword arguments along with keys and values, and it will store it in a dictionary, so that like we have I have written code to access the keyword arguments in different ways. Like in this way also you can access, in this way also you can also, you will see like dot items, like we are accessing the value with the help of key. So this can only be done if the elements or the values is stored in a dictionary and in the form of keyword arguments. Okay, like sorry, not keyword argument, key and value. Okay, keyword arguments. Okay, so let's and if I expand the main method, you will see I have created, though it is commanded, you will check. Okay, uh, I have used created multiple classes, and no, not multiple classes. I have called the display function multiple times with different types of arguments. Okay, so though I have star args which will accept multiple positional arguments, and double star kwrgs which will accept multiple keyword arguments, that's why I have provided positional arguments also and keyword arguments also. You will see these are the last two are keyword arguments. Okay, email, with the name of email is, with the help of key I've provided the email, and with the help of pwd I've provided the password. So if you run, you will see the positional arguments will be accepted by args, and the keyword argument will be like the key value pairs will be accepted by keyword arguments. Okay, double asterisk kwrgs. Okay, and the keyword arguments or the key value pairs will be returned in a dictionary. Okay, this keyword kwrgs is a dictionary that will return the key value pairs, and this args will return the positional argument. So let's run it, then also we will see. Now if you see here, like the email and the password which we have provided in a form of key and value. Okay, so it is stored in a dictionary and it is returned. And as you have seen earlier, the args is a tuple only that stores multiple positional arguments, okay, of any type. So it is returned also in tuple. So here also we will see method overload. Okay, we don't require multiple methods inside the class for accepting multiple arguments of different types. We can do it with the help of same method only inside the class. Okay, by running the method multiple times by using different sets of parameters or arguments. Okay, arguments. Okay, so I hope the logic is clear of method overloading, though I didn't get time in this video to explain the method overriding. I will definitely explain it in my next video. So if you have any confusion about these topics, let me know in comments. I will definitely respond to it. So till then, bye bye.